So, what's up, guys? I am your reporter for today. I am Francis Mark C. Laksamana, and we were talking about jail and prison. The first question is what is the difference between jail and prison? Jail and prison are two separate entities that are often mixed up. The difference between jail and prison is mostly the length of stay for inmates. Jail is more for short-term sentence, while prison is for those with a long-term sentence. This is because the prison thought to be much worse from than jail. And the second question is, what are the different types of jails in the Philippines? We have five jails, included provincial, district, city, and municipal jails supervised by the professional government and the Bureau of Jail Management and Penology, also known as BJMP, respectively, which are both under Department of Interior and local government. The third question is, who is BJMP? There's a lot of question about this. Who is BJMP? BJMP, as the known of the five pillars of the criminal justice system. The BJMP was created to address growing concern of jail management and penology problem 6975. The Jail Bureau of its mandate to take operational and administrative control over all city, district, and municipal jails. The last question is the seven penal colonies under the Bureau of Correction. And these are the seven penal institutions in the Philippines. Number one is the New Bilibid Prison in Muntinlupa City. The New Bilibid Prison in Muntinlupa, Philippines is the main insular penitentiary designed to house the prison population of the Philippines. It is made by the Bureau of Correction under the Department of Justice. As of October 2004, it has an inmate population of 16,747. The penitentiary had an initial and land area of 551 hectares. 104 hectares of the facility were instead to the housing project of the Department of Justice. The Bureau of Correction as its headquarters, the NBP Reservation. And number two is the Correctional Institution for Women, also known as CIW, in Mandaluyong City, and the CRW Mindanao, Panabo, Davao. The Correctional Institution for Women, or CIW, is women prison located in Mandaluyong, Metro Manila, Philippines. The prison is operated by the Bureau of Correction. CIW is the most recent facility organized in Bureau of Correction. It was only inaugurated in September 18, 2007. The second institution, which is the branch out from the first and only penal establishment dedicated in rehabilitating female offenders. The first, which was founded in 1932, is the Correctional Institution for Women, Sit 12 in Mandaluyong City, Metro Manila. It was during the incumbency of Secretary of Justice Agnes V.S.T. De Manara when it was formally opened. Number 3 is Hiwahig Prison and Penal Farm in Puerto Princesa City, Palawan. Hiwahig Prison and Penal Farm in Puerto Princesa City, Palawan, Philippines is one of the 7 operating units of Bureau of Correction under the Department of Justice. The Spanish regime had earlier designated Puerto Princesa, Palawan as a place where offenders sentenced banishment were exiled, but the facility was established only during the American occupation. Governor Luke Wright authorized the establishment for a penal colony in the province of Palawan on November 16, 1904. This penal settlement, which originally compared in area of 22 acres, served as the depository for prison could not be accommodated at the Bilibid prison in Manila. A prison facility was created by the American military in the rainforest of Puerto Princesa. The Lieutenant George Wolf, a member of U.S. Expeditionary Force, was the prison first director. And number 4 is the Sablayan Prison and Penal Farm in Occidental Mindoro. Nearer to the Manila than the penal colonies, the Sablayan Penal Colony is located in Occidental Mindoro and relatively new, established on September 26, 1954 by virtue of Presidential Proclamation number 72 and Penal Colony as a total land area of approximately 16,100 hectares. Recent records show that the first colonists and employees arrived in Sablayan on January 15, 1955. Since then, several buildings have been constructed, including the colonies, dormitories, employees, quarters, guardhouse, schoolhouse and chapel, recreation hall, and post exchange. And number 5, San Ramon Prison and Penal Farm in Zamboanga City. The San Ramon Prison and Penal Farm is situated in Zamboanga City, Philippines. It was established to house the Muslim rebels prisoners opposing the Spanish leadership. The prison is right in front of the Olo Sea and is folded within 1,414 hectares property. It was on August 21, 1869 when the San Ramon Prison and Penal Farm was built decades later, when Americans took over the country. Due to the havoc wreaked by the Spanish-American War, the Penal Farm was destroyed in 1907. It was then re-established and started to house prisoners from Mindanao. By 1915, it was placed under the protection of Bureau of Prison. And number 6, Leyte Regional Prison in Abuyog, Leyte. Leyte Regional Prison. The Leyte Regional Prison is situated in Abuyog, Southern Leyte, was established a year after the declaration of martial law in 1972 by virtue of Presidential Decree number 28. What is plantilla and institutional plan were almost ideal. Lack of funds made by prison unable to realize its full potential. In fact, facilities are often belong par compared with those of other established penal farms. The LRP has an inmate capacity of 500. It follows the same agricultural format as the main correctional program, in addition to some rehabilitation activities. The prison admits convicted offenders from region and from the National Penitentiary and Muntinlupa. And the last but not the least is Davao Prison and Penal Farm in Panabo, Davao. Davao Prison and Penal Farm, formerly Davao Penal Colony or DAPECOL, was established on January 21, 1932 in Panabo City, Davao del Norte, Philippines. It was a land area of 30,000 hectares with prison reserve of 8,000 hectares. And during World War II, the Davao Penal Colony was the biggest prison establishment in the country, which was used by the Japanese invading army as their imperial garrison. On October 7, 1931, Governor Dwight Davis signed Proclamation 414, which reserved a site of penal colony in Davao Province in Mindanao on January 21, 1932. By virtue of Act number 3732, the Davao Penal Colony was formally established during World War II. It was used by the Philippine American Armed Forces, where more than 1,000 Japanese were treated in accordance with the orders of American commanding officer. The Japanese Imperial Forces attacked Davao on December 20, 1941. and the colony was among the establishments that were taken over the Imperial Army. And that's is for today. Thank you. I hope you like it and have a good day. Stay safe.